Welcome to Sabbath School Lesson Catch Up, a review designed to help you feel more centered and connected. In Colossians 1, Paul sets up a total contrast between the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of light. The amazing part is that God the Father pulled us out of that darkness and planted us in the kingdom of light. That is, the kingdom of Jesus, who made us, forgives us, and redeems us. Colossians 1 says Jesus is the image of the invisible God. Wait, an image? So was Jesus some created being who died for us? No way. In Hebrews 1 verse 3, Paul says Jesus is the exact imprint of God's nature. John 1 backs this up. Jesus is the divine word who became human, and that word was God. In John 14, Jesus straight up says, "If you see me, you see the Father." And remember when he said, "I am the resurrection and the life"? Think about it. Jesus, God Himself, became flesh to die and save us. That's mind blowing. Colossians 1 says Jesus is the firstborn over all creation. Hold up. Does that mean God created Jesus first? Not at all. In the Bible, firstborn isn't always about birth order. In Exodus 4, God calls Israel my firstborn son. And obviously, Israel wasn't literally born first. It's about position and honor. So, when Paul calls Jesus the firstborn of creation, he's saying Jesus has preeminence over all things. In other words, Jesus outranks everything, and I mean everything. In Colossians 1:16, Paul makes it crystal clear that Jesus is the creator of everything and that he holds it all together because he redeemed us. So, are you grateful Jesus gave his life to buy you back? In Ephesians 5:23, Paul drops this truth. Christ is the head of the church, which is his body. Now, flip to Exodus 18:25 and Deuteronomy 28:13. Those verses make it clear that head there means leader. So Paul's saying Jesus runs the church. Paul also paints this picture in 1 Corinthians 12 of the church as a body. Just like your head tells your body what to do, Jesus leads us, and every single one of us has a part to play while we grow and stay connected. Don't sleep on your role or anyone else's. The question is, are we actually going where Jesus points us, or are we pulling a Jonah and running the other way? In Colossians 1, verse 18, Paul calls Jesus the beginning. That means he's the source, the one who got it all started, both the church and all creation. Genesis 1, Jesus is called the firstborn of the dead, not because he was the first person ever raised from the dead, but because his resurrection guarantees it for everyone who believes. Let me break down why Jesus outranks everything. 1. Jesus is the image of the invisible God. Simply put, Jesus is God. 2. Jesus created all things. 3. He was around before anything else and keeps it all running. 4. He's the head of the church and of humanity. 5. Jesus is the initiator of creation and recreation. 6. Jesus conquered sin and death. Read Colossians 1 verses 19 and 20. God's eternity and self existence, his power to create and recreate, dwelt in Jesus when he walked this earth, when he hung on that cross, when he crushed sin and death forever. Jesus died to bring the whole universe, including messed up humanity, back to God the Father, who loved us so much, he handed over his only Son to die in our place so we could be close to him again. Even the angels couldn't wrap their heads around why Jesus had to die for us. But one day, the whole universe will get it. They'll see the plan of redemption for what it really is. Sadly, those who side with Satan will be consumed by the glory of the one who is love. Ellen White, The Desire of Ages, pages 760, 764. Here's how C.S. Lewis puts it in Mere Christianity, page 401. When you look at what Jesus claimed about himself, you've got to make a call. Either he's God or he's a demon. Ellen White adds, God the Father is invisible, and Jesus, who is 100% equal with him, came to show us the Father. Evangelism, pages 614, 615. Don't forget to subscribe and join us for your weekly dose of holy homework.